So smartphones can apparently now be with a form factor of a smartwatch. And here's a beast. It has more power than most of the entry-level smartphones of 2019 and easily puts to shame a lot of WearOS devices. Even has a camera. Let's check it out, the Kospet Optimus Pro. Welcome Tech for All channel, my name is Michael and such a pleasure to see you back in the channel. It was quite a pleasure to wear this Kospet Optimus Pro, which likely from the pool of available Android watches right now is among the best, if not the one that you should get. And no matter what component we take and examine, it delivers big time. Let me be very clear about one thing. This is not certified by Google smartwatch. It doesn't run WearOS, which in my opinion is a great strength, but others could see it as a weakness. And because it has a SIM card slot, could be the perfect way for you to have a second smartphone around your wrist. Yeah, it can entirely independently be used as a fully functional smartphone that has a smaller screen. In this video, we're going to go through the hardware and explore most of the specifications. Then we'll talk about the software, the operating system inside, the smartphone application that we can control with on the outside, and yeah, I'll talk about experience and how it feels after a number of days of usage. So how things are related to the more real life scenarios. And for an almost $160 device, the unboxing experience has to be superb. And it is! Design of the package is well made, and out of the box you receive 3 different straps, one that is on the watch itself and 2 spares. And having quick release mechanism means that swapping them is nice and easy. The tool set is needed for installation of the SIM card, and of course you can totally have this one without a SIM. The charging dock is perhaps the weakest element here. Not that it doesn't fit well, quite the opposite, but the premium materials and the top features are accompanied by microUSB ports, which should have been a Type-C. Let's hope that this will be one of the few elements that are not up to par with the price. Now, in terms of design, the watch bezel material is ceramic. The rest is mostly plastic. There's an included screen protector, factory pre-installed, covering the tempered glass. It is not Gorilla, but Kospet promise it to be at least scratch resistant. The watch looks quite thick and big, but it fits well in most standard watch cases, like this one from Vario, which can be a perfect travel companion. I know that you're waiting for that moment. The specs. 1.39-inch AMOLED screen, quad-core CPU, 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage, and a huge 800 mAh battery. In terms of tech specs, it has more RAM than the basic version of the Redmi 7, which I have recently tested out for you, and you can check the review over here. It has brilliant 4G supports with, I would say, decent band support. 3G and 2G are available as well, bunch of health sensors, and the surprise component, camera. So yeah, besides everything else, it is the perfect spy watch. Quite easy to launch the camera, and if you record video, it also captures sound. Photos are software interpolated to 8 megapixels, but the sensor should be somewhere between 2 and 5. I don't know exactly. Don't expect brilliant quality at the end. Besides that, there's a specially developed power-saving mode, which is kind of switching to a minimalistic operating system. It's a similar approach to what TicWatch have developed for their Pro models, like shutting the original operating system down and going into something which is a smart band solution alike. And that works here pretty well, so at least on paper, the technical specs sound amazing. Our task here is to figure out how much these amazing specifications are mapping to the real-life performance. Few words about the screen, and here's a question coming from you, actually, one of the comments recently from Don Bracchi, and he was curious which smartwatch has the best visibility outdoors, and I believe from the Android watches, yes, this one is a model that comes quite close to this definition. Thanks to the AMOLED screen technology, it feels very bright and is one of the devices with best visibility even in direct sunlight. Due to the nature of the AMOLED technology, it's superior to most of the competitors, very vibrant and good looking. I think the screen is one of the biggest strengths and contributes a lot to the good battery life. Speaking of which, from the promised 5 to 7 days on their website, I usually get around up to 4, but for a smartwatch with such a hardware, it's pretty good. Most of the achievements I've done are with always-on display, which also speaks in favor of the good battery life. Speaker is fine, microphone seems to also have good quality. Overall, I'm very happy with the hardware and the performance. Having 3 gigs of RAM and a lot of CPU power certainly deliver really good Android experience. And I've also mentioned the keywords, so let's explore the software, which is more like the dark side of this watch, because it's a non-certified version of the operating system. First of all, it's a slimlined Android. I'd say no bloatware, good app drawer, bunch of good useful features. First thing I didn't like are the notifications. They're enabled for all the apps by default, so you may have to spend some time by disabling those that you don't like. It's not Kospet's fault, it's more like how the stock Android works. Let me show you the navigation. The upper button is the screen off and on switch. The bottom one is the home or back button. You do most of what you do through the screen. Swipe down and there are the quick settings grouped into a few sections. A very powerful solution of the watch. You will see quick toggles, music control, weather shortcut and so on. Swiping up for your health data, which is surprisingly rich on information. Steps, some historical data, it's all there. You can measure heart rate from the dedicated menu in the apps section. I couldn't find a good feature for continuous heart rate measuring though. The app drawer is similar to the well-known in WearOS and you can scroll up and down. The more apps you download, the longer you're going to scroll. And yeah, the best thing that you've got Google Play, and it's not Google Play with access to the WearOS compatible apps. You've got the real deal with access to absolutely everything. So you can download music, games, different watch faces, pretty much everything you like in terms of watch faces. You can easily put your own custom or take a photo and put that photo as a watch face. It's super easy and very intuitive. But going back to Google Play Store, you also have to be careful because some of the apps won't be properly shown on the screen. Even gaming is possible with external joystick, although experience is not the same as on the phone or on the TV. The software keyboard is rather nice, perhaps the easiest to type with that I've tested so far, and that's mostly thanks to the larger screen size. Like most of the Android-based watches, sports are not greatly integrated, but let's say you can capture most of the common activities even with GPS assistance, because both GPS and GLONASS are part of the feature list. Besides phone calls, you can manage any kind of WhatsApp, Viber and other IM-based apps, and of course full access to your favorite voice assistant. The app to be used to control this smartwatch from your smartphone is called WeWatch, and in my opinion it's the third major disadvantage here, if we count also the lack of easy continuous heart rate and the microUSB port. So the WeWatch app has a pretty terrible design and kind of suitable rating for that. Not impressive at all, bad at keeping historical data. Like I was absent for 2 weeks, and after I came back, it couldn't locate the watch and I had to repair them. It was asking me to scan the QR code again, although I didn't make any factory reset, not on the watch, not on the smartphone. So I would say it's not a very reliable app and, more importantly, doesn't keep good historical data of your fitness activities. That's the most important about the Kospet Optimus Pro, a smartwatch that I see more as a replacement of a smartphone rather than something else. Very well built, offering way more than most of the similar devices at that price. So if the lack of waterproofness and the lack of frequent software updates are not a big deal to you, I think this could turn into a great smartwatch slash smartphone, because it has tons of great features. First of all, great design, ceramic coverage here on the top, one of the best AMOLED screens at that price range, 800 mAh battery giving you around 4 to 7 days of autonomy time, and good build quality and fashionable straps. And you know, the advantages are so many that if we check all the boxes, probably that easily could be called the best Chinese Android smartwatch of 2019. Who knows? Before I sign off, one more thing, there's a giveaway item. So this little box, which is a travel case, given us by the company called Vario. A few of them are available for a giveaway, so check the description below how you can get one of these. Very protective, it's a hard case actually, it doesn't bend, protects from sand, water, well, it's not waterproof, but from light rain, it's gonna be fine. One of these can be yours. So check below how to become part of this giveaway contest, and I'll be looking forward to hear about your opinion in regards to the Kospet Optimus Pro. And that already has been everything about this episode. I'm Michael, and I'm so much looking forward to seeing the next episode. Cheers!